Intellivision, a flash in the pan of early gaming. The golden age of arcade games was upon the world in the late 1970s. Pixels pulsed with vibrant colors, joysticks vibrated in eager hands, and catchy bleeps and bloops filled the air. This era birthed not only iconic titles like Pac-Man and Space Invaders, but also a revolution in home entertainment, video game consoles. One such console, the Intellivision, arrived in 1979 courtesy of toy giant Mattel. It wasn't the first contender in the ring. Atari's wildly popular Atari 2600, launched 2 years prior, had already established itself as a household name. But Mattel aimed for a knockout blow, boasting superior graphics, sound, and a more sophisticated controller, the now infamous, and sometimes frustrating, Control Disc. Development for the Intellivision began in 1977, the same year Atari unleashed its 2600. With the competition fresh in their minds, Mattel focused on creating a console that offered a more immersive experience. The Intellivision boasted a 16-bit processor compared to the Atari's 8-bit, allowing for more detailed graphics and smoother gameplay. While Atari games relied on blocky characters and rudimentary sound effects, the Intellivision could display multiple colors and even boasted a rudimentary operating system, making game development easier. This paved the way for more complex and engaging titles like the classic, Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, Treasure of Tarask. However, the Intellivision wasn't without its quirks. The aforementioned Control Disc, while innovative in its use of an overlay for directional control, was often criticized for its awkwardness. Another oddity was the IntelliVoice, a speech synthesis module released in 1982. While impressive for the time, its limited vocabulary and high price tag meant it only saw use in a handful of games. The late 70s and early 80s were a vibrant time not just for video games, but for pop culture in general. Disco music was giving way to the burgeoning new wave scene. Bands like The Clash and Blondie dominated the airwaves, their rebellious energy spilling over into arcade culture. The Iranian hostage crisis gripped the world in 1979, a stark contrast to the carefree pixelated worlds of early video games. Meanwhile, the home video game market was heating up. Companies like Coleco, with their infamous ColecoVision, and Fairchild Semiconductor, with the short-lived Channel F, entered the fray, vying for a slice of the lucrative pie. Even the venerable RCA, known for its televisions, dipped its toes in the water with the RCA Studio 2. Across the Pacific, a rising star named Nintendo was gearing up for its American debut with the Nintendo Entertainment System (NES) in 1985. Despite its technical prowess, the Intellivision ultimately couldn't compete. A flood of low-quality games from third-party developers tarnished its reputation, and the video game crash of 1983 dealt a severe blow to the entire industry. Mattel eventually sold its video game division in 1984, marking the end of the Intellivision's brief reign. The Intellivision holds a special place in gaming history, a testament to the early days of innovation and the fierce competition that shaped the industry. While it may have been overshadowed by the Atari and eventually the NES, the Intellivision left its mark with its advanced technology and a library of classic games that continue to be enjoyed by retro gaming enthusiasts today. This article was created with the assistance of Bard, a large language model created by Google AI, and some very helpful smartphones.
Hey, thanks for watching the video. If you like this stuff, please subscribe, share, and like the video. And thank you.